The gods raised a wolf once, fed it from their own hands, played with it like a pet. Then they chained it to a rock for eternity. This is what fear does to the divine. This is what happens when you try to cage something you created. He was a pup once, small, wobbling on unsteady legs. Odin reached out his hand. The pup nuzzled it, seeking warmth, seeking love. Tyr brought him meat. Frigg sang him to sleep. The gods laughed and smiled as he grew, but he grew too fast. His paws doubled in size, then doubled again. His jaws widened, his growls deepened into something that shook the walls. The gods still smiled, but their eyes changed. That flicker of doubt, that first cold whisper of fear. They were raising a monster, and they knew it. The prophecy came down like a hammer. Fenrir would kill Odin, swallow the All-Father whole at the end of days. Ragnarok itself would ride on his back. So the gods decided to bind him, cage the beast before he could become what fate demanded. They brought the first chain, Leidingr, forged by divine smiths, strong enough to anchor mountains. Fenrir looked at it and laughed. "You want to test my strength? Go ahead." They wrapped it around him. The metal groaned, then shattered, pieces scattered across the stone like broken teeth. The gods went pale. They brought a second chain, Dromi, twice as thick, twice as strong. Fenrir yawned. He flexed once. The chain exploded. Now the fear was naked, raw. You could smell it on them. Sour sweat and the copper tang of panic. Fenrir's eyes gleamed. He knew exactly what he was. The dwarfs worked in the deep places, where fire meets stone and impossible things are born. They made something new. Gleipnir. It looked like silk. Thin, delicate, almost beautiful. But it was woven from things that don't exist. The sound of a cat's footsteps, the beard of a woman, the roots of a mountain, the breath of a fish, the spit of a bird. Try to break what isn't real. Strength is useless. Fenrir saw the ribbon and stopped laughing. His ears flattened, his lips pulled back. This is a trick. "It's just silk," a voice called out from the crowd. "A test of strength, nothing more." Fenrir sneered. "Then why do you all stink of fear?" Silence. Fenrir's voice dropped to a growl. "I'll play your game, but I want a pledge. One of you puts a hand in my mouth. If this is a trick, I bite." The gods looked at each other, looked at the ground, looked anywhere but at those open jaws. No one moved. Then Tyr stepped forward. His hand trembled. Just slightly. Just enough. He reached out, placed his right hand between the wolf's teeth. The breath was hot, wet. The fangs brushed his wrist like a promise. Fenrir smiled. If wolves can smile. They bound him. Gleipnir wrapped around his legs, his chest, his throat. The wolf strained, his muscles bulged, his eyes went wide with fury. Nothing. He couldn't move. The silk held. Fenrir's roar shook the mountains. Birds fled from trees miles away. The ground cracked beneath him. Then his jaws snapped shut. The crunch of bone, the spray of blood. Tyr's scream cutting through the chaos. His hand was gone. severed clean. Fenrir spat it out, his muzzle dark with blood. I'll remember this. 3 words, quiet, almost calm. When the chains break, and they will break, I will swallow the sun, devour the moon, and I will find each of you. His eyes found Odin. Especially you. They dragged him to a rock at the edge of everything, bound him there with Gleipnir, shoved a sword between his jaws to keep them open. He's still there now. Drool runs from his mouth like a river. The earth trembles when he strains against the bonds. Somewhere, the silk is stretching, thinning, weakening. The gods walked away that day thinking they'd won, thinking they'd cheated fate. They hadn't. They'd just made it personal. Here's what they don't understand. You can't chain destiny. You can only delay it. And every day Fenrir spends on that rock, his hatred grows, his hunger deepens, his patience sharpens into something worse than rage. Tyr's hand rotted in the dirt. The gods pretend they're safe, and somewhere at the edge of the world, a wolf counts the days. Ragnarok isn't coming because of prophecy. It's coming because the gods made it inevitable. They raised a wolf with love, then betrayed him with fear. And betrayal, that's the one thing monsters never forget. The fire burns low. That's the story of Fenrir, the pup they loved, the beast they feared, the god-killer they created with their own hands. Sleep if you can, but listen to the wind tonight. If it sounds like breathing, if the ground trembles beneath you, don't worry, he's not free yet. Yet.